So the first trailer for HBO's Harry Potter reboot is out, and people don't think it's good. They think it looks pretty bad. They're calling it SLOP, a Temu version of Harry Potter. They're like, why are we doing this? Why does it look worse than movies from 25 years ago? All of these are very valid questions. In fact, I would say that Black Snape, having a black actor play Snape, is the least of their worries at this point. I'm just looking at his outfit and I'm like, what is this, leather, pleather? What are we doing? What are we doing here? Yeah, because I'm watching this trailer and I'm like, this is like a budget cut version of the same movies we've already seen with different actors in much worse costumes. I mean, it's almost beat for beat the original movies. Why do we need to do this again? And it looks worse. People are like, why does it look worse? Because it's a TV show and not a movie. We're going to look at the reactions. I've got thoughts on it. Geeky actually cared so little. She did not want to be in this video. And like I said, a black guy playing Snape, literally the least of their concerns at this point, because the whole thing looks like trash. I'm going to be honest. I was actually cautiously optimistic, but I'm like, there literally is no reason to do this again. There's no reason to do this again. They said that they were going to stay closer to the books, that's why they were going to do it. No, they've already shown, no, they're not going to. They're already talking about scenes that were not in the books being put in the show. It's certainly not for artistic reasons. This was about milking this IP. This is about curbside appeal for somebody to come along and buy Warner Brothers. It's the same reason that they're developing more Lord of the Rings movies that I hope to God never see the light of day. I guess the Gollum movie is, but do we want the Stephen Colbert Lord of the Rings wraparound story one-off? Hell no. We do not. We do not need to do this. So let's talk about it. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. All right, so lots of people have a lot of opinions on this, and mine, again, is, well, echoed on Reddit of all places. It's a Temu version of the original. Yeah, it looks exactly the same, except different cast, worse lighting, worse costumes. Doesn't make any damn sense. Doesn't make any damn sense. This is coming from Indie 100. First look at HBO Harry Potter remake divides the internet, repackaged slop. Now, look, some people are going to take issue with this existing because of J.K. Rowling, right? I would say the vast majority of people, though, don't care about J.K. Rowling or her opinions. They're just looking at this show, at this trailer, and they're like, this ain't it, man. This ain't it. The new Harry Potter HBO trailer has dropped, and fans everywhere are losing their minds. The 2-minute glimpse shows the familiar Hogwarts halls filled with new faces taking on iconic roles. Yeah, Hogwarts even looks almost exactly the same. I guess since you've already built the theme park, you may reuse the sets. I don't know what they're doing, but it sparked everything from excitement to cautious optimism. Some viewers couldn't help but be swept up in the magic and feeling 11 all over again. The project is expected to take a full decade, with each of Rowling's 7 books being adapted into its own series. Now, well, this is kind of a problem, right? They're saying that it could take longer than a decade. And I'm like, how long do you think John Lithgow is going to be available, right? How old are these kids going to be by the time the show wraps up? This is coming from on X, Alex Murasanu, hard to spell. An older relative is a retired Hollywood producer. We were watching the original Harry Potter films, which adopted the entire book series in under 10 years. I asked him if it would be possible to do that now. I'll never forget his answer. We can't. We don't know how. Right. Because they're saying at HBO, they used to crank out Game of Thrones every year. They don't know how to do it anymore and not come in under budget because everything is ballooned, right? I mean, there is a way to do it. Come in under budget. It involves AI. Well, you don't like that either. So, yeah, what are you going to do, right? Let's get back to this article. Many fans couldn't help but notice the trailer leans heavily on familiar sights, from Harry's iconic scar to his Hogwarts acceptance letter and Harry with his loyal companion Hedwig making their way through the train station. Crying, the new Harry Potter show hasn't even thought of a new way to attack the material. Same aesthetic, same character design, just repackaged slop. Another chimed in, this Harry Potter trailer, holy shit, they're wearing the same costumes for F's sake. It looks like a video game where they couldn't get the rights to the actors' likenesses. Others were quick to highlight it is a Harry Potter remake after all. It's literally more of the same. Excitement took over the feeds, with one calling the trailer really cute and hoping the online community is kind to the child actors. I hope so too. I hope they're kind to the children playing Ron, Hermione, and Harry, because we know how some of these activist types are. They try to cancel anyone that has anything to do with Harry Potter. Yeah, it's a dream come true for them. I'm actually excited. It looks fire. Quit the whining. Be thankful. Another pen. Wait, this actually looks good. What the hell? It doesn't look too bad. We'll be there watching. I'm not that impressed by it, and I'm actually willing to give it a shot. But I'm like looking at the trail like side by side, and the new one just looks really muddy compared to the original, and it's almost shot for shot the same thing. Right? I mean, it's just like, I don't know. There's just I don't know. It does look kind of bland. Now, one thing I will give them props for is that they got the time period right. The original Harry Potter movies seem to forget that Harry Potter was supposed to start in the early 1990s. So the kids were dressed like current year throughout the entire series, which I thought was really weird. And I think they had like modern televisions and everything. I'm just surprised they weren't rocking cell phones, you know, but it was supposed to take place in the early 90s. So Sorcerer's Stone, I think, is 91. And this looks like a kid who's dressed from 1991. Actually, that is one thing I noticed that actually does stand out, is it does look correct for the time period. Mostly. I didn't know Bill Maher was in this. There we go. Bill Maher is in Harry Potter. No, not really. But yeah, it just, I don't know. It just looks darker. Like, no one's going to be Tom Felton either. Right? It's just like Quidditch. Yeah, it literally is the same thing all over again. Just not quite as good. We'll see. Snape. Yeah, people are like, what's up with Snape? Oh, the guy looks pretty good as Dumbledore. He looks more Gandalfy. Not Gandolfini. He looks more Gandalfy. But yeah, people aren't real impressed with it. Let's see here. Social media, Forbes. Social media doesn't see the magic in Harry Potter. The Harry Potter reboot. Discourse around Harry Potter has been muddied by Rowling's well-documented controversies. That's it. Some people are going to hate it just because it's her. I actually was quasi looking forward to it. Now I'm not. I mean, maybe I'll see something between now and then. I mean, obviously I'm not the target demographic for it, but I did like the original movies. I did. My wife read the books. She loved the books. She was one of the ones that bought the last book like at midnight or whenever when it came out. But she's even like, I don't give a crap about Harry Potter anymore. She didn't want to be in the video. She's like, I don't really care. Yeah, so several fans described it as uncanny and compared the trailer to AI slop, which is notorious for generating derivative imagery, which feels ever so slightly off. That's it. It feels like Harry Potter, but not even 25% different. Just different enough to not get sued by the rights holders or the actors, except for Snape. That's like, but that would be an AI thing too. It'd be like, hey, give me a wizard in, hey, Google Gemini, give me a wizard in black robes. Yep. And he's wearing like pleather or some shit, Hogwarts and its inhabitants look almost identical to previous depictions. Many missed John Williams' iconic musical score. Yeah, I don't think we're getting that. I could be wrong, but I don't think we're getting that. Now, the only thing that gives me any hope whatsoever for this is that the people behind it are the people that were behind His Dark Materials, which they had, but the Golden Compass was a massive flop. It was a huge failure, right? And it didn't stick very closely to the books. They rearranged a lot of stuff. They cut out a lot of stuff. There was a legit reason to redo that, and I thought they did a very good job with it. They never finished the series. They only did the first book. So, that made sense. The fact that we've already done Harry Potter as a hugely, hugely successful film franchise, we don't need to do it again. We really don't. If Harry Potter is this generation's or millennials' Star Wars, which I think it is for a lot of people, this makes as much sense as going back and rebooting Star Wars, which Disney will do eventually because it's Disney. They can't help themselves. I got to wonder what people are saying on YouTube. I got to wonder what the ratio is. Let's go out and look. Let's go out and see what the ratio is. All right. On the official Harry Potter HBO Max account, it is 91,000 downvotes to 201,000 upvotes. This person says it feels like seeing new people living in your old home. This looks so book accurate. Snape pops up. Snape has dreads. Hearing Hagrid without the accent is like turning off the subtitles. Yeah, it's a little weird. As long as Dumbledore says calmly, Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? It will be a wonderful series. Let's see here. Oh my God. Your parents were the kindest, bravest people I ever met. Harry finds out his dad had Black Snape hanging from under a tree. Yeah, I saw some not so good tweets about that. Did someone forget to turn on the lights? Yes. Petunia cutting the hair. That's the details we wanted. Yeah, look, there are going to be some things that do get included, obviously, because it's long enough. It feels like one of those parallel universes where everything is the same but slightly off. So are we gonna do a multiverse Harry Potter? Like if they could do like they did with Spider-Man No Way Home and like have old Harry and young Harry or some shit at some point in time. Why does it look like the aesthetics of Polar Express when it's live action? Yes, not casting Adam Driver as Snape needs to be a crime. My brain is not used to hearing Hagrid without an accent. Yeah, I know, right? Can we just not put this out into existence, please? There's something special about knowing these locations were actually built. The cast of the original films were just so absolutely iconic and incredible that I don't think this is going to land the same way. It might be decent even, but I don't think it's going to land the same way. It's just my personal opinion. Here's HBO Max Europe. Let's see what they have to say. 13,000 downvotes, 14,000 upvotes. Yeah, I mean, it's not universally praised. You know, it's just not. I don't know, guys. How many views does it have? 6 million in a day. So that's pretty decent. But I don't know, guys. I'm not getting a real good feeling about this one. I could be wrong. I just don't see the point other than to make Harry Potter again to make money. That's pretty much it, right? Because we did the Fantastic Beasts. Fantastic Beasts did not do that well. And so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.